G'day guys, this is Tyr and welcome back to another Fallout 76 Wastelanders guide. This one is all about the updates to the crossbow and showing off the explosive variants of the crossbow and regular bow. If you are unaware, the crossbows that were already previously in the game got a bit of an update. Firstly, they are now affected by the archery perk cards and bow before me perk cards, just like regular bows. So it has that going for it now. And for the sake of comparing the bow and the crossbow to other rifles, I will not have any specific damage modifying perks on in perception. So for starters, let's show you all how we get the explosive plans for the bow and crossbow. There are two people that will sell these explosive arrow and bolt plans, Sunny in Foundation and Airy in Crater. But before you can purchase them, you will need to complete the main mission and side with a faction of your choosing, and then become at least friendly status with the said faction, before you can purchase these plans. Now I will preface that it doesn't matter which side you pick, both sides sell the plans at friendly level. Also quick note, the crossbow and regular bow plans are the only plans in this DLC that can be purchased for actual caps and then traded among your characters and friends. So that's pretty neat. So there are multiple types of arrow modifications you can purchase from these vendors, and you can modify your crossbows and bows with these plans. These do include plasma tips, poison, ultrasight, fire tipped, cryo, and a few more. But I figured explosive is the real moneymaker, as I'm sure everyone who collected weapons in Fallout 76 previously had been dreaming of the day we would finally get explosive crossbows. Today is that day. The explosive effect isn't actually legendary, it is a weapon modification, so that means, as you can see right here, I can still have my VATS crit does 50% more damage effect on top of the explosive effect. If you don't know already, that VATS effect is a secondary prefix as well as explosive on regular weapons, so the fact that we can have both of them on the same thing is pretty neat. So the VATS crit does 50% more damage effect on top of the explosive effect can be quite potent. Also, it should be mentioned that the Demolition Expert perk does increase the damage to your explosive arrows and bolts. Anyways, next up we will be comparing the bow and crossbow in inventory to other weapons they are similar to. As you can see, I have a bloodied explosive crossbow, and with no perks and being full health so it doesn't affect my damage, it does 108 damage, which is actually really solid for a crossbow. Meanwhile, the bow slightly edges out on top with a damage of 131. Now, we can compare this to my bloodied explosive combat rifle. The rifle only does 76 damage, but obviously it is not limited to the one-shot reloads like the crossbow and bow are. My bloodied explosive lever action does 141 damage, and my bloodied explosive Gorse rifle does 266 damage. So these are some good comparisons to keep in mind. Also remember that the bloodied does not affect the damage right now since I'm at full health. I'm only comparing it because all of these are explosives, and the bow and arrow have explosive modifications. So you can compare these directly in relation to that. Next I will mention that the crossbow and bow are completely silent, and they make no noise, so it's a great combination to use with the Chinese stealth armor. However, some quirks I noticed with this weapon is while you do have the explosive tipped arrows or bolts equipped, you will be discovered randomly during stealth. I'm not sure if that's a bug or if it is because I'm using explosive arrows, but you do get discovered randomly while using the explosive variants of these weapons, so keep that in mind. Additionally, this explosive effect is not like the other explosive effects in Fallout 76. As you can see from this demonstration, it does not turn the projectile into a hit scan bullet. It still has its travel time through the air. So, this tells me that Bethesda is actually capable of eventually fixing explosive energy weapons and tweaking the way they work so that it actually makes sense. Again, just a thought I'd point out, because the fact they had explosive non-hit scan projectiles really surprised me. Now I'm not sure if this is the best arrow type to use for crossbows or bows, but it's definitely the most fun and creates the most noise. I love the way these weapons work, and I commend Bethesda for updating the crossbow alongside adding in the bow. We have all been asking for a bow and arrow weapon for a long time in a Fallout game. So that's going to do it for me guys. I will be covering more of the new weapons as soon as I get my hands on them, and I will be giving comprehensive guides on them, similar to this one. It just takes a lot of time and grinding to get all the weapons on all my characters that will be using them. So be patient. So a thank you is in order as always to my channel members. Your support on the channel helps more than you know right now. As always, you guys and gals can follow me on all my social medias and join my Discord, which will be linked down below in the description. My name is Tyr, and welcome to Valhalla.